Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been about 2 weeks since I uploaded, I apologize for that. And during the past 2 weeks, my community has let me know that apparently XDefiant has a release date. I'm pretty sure we've all seen that screenshot of the title release schedule for Ubisoft that was leaked on Twitter, where we see the fourth quarter timeline of January to March 2024 being filled up with a bunch of games. For example, we have Skull and Bones Season 1, R6 Year 9 Season 1, Division 2 Year 5 Season 3. And then we go all the way down to the bottom and we see XDefiant Season 0. Now, as you guys know, XDefiant does not have a confirmed release date, but you got a lot of people on X saying that it's going to be before March 31st, and even some saying it'll be on March 31st when we see the release of XDefiant. I mean, no shit. What are they going to do? Release it on April 1st? I mean, it's just not going to happen like that. But I was sitting here thinking, I myself am a pretty big fan of XDefiant. I guess you could say I was one of the haters that turned into a truther towards the end of the closed beta experiences that were being released by Ubisoft. And to be honest, I want to see this game have great longevity and great success. And there's a lot of reasons as to why. It's probably the closest thing we're going to get to a solid Call of Duty competitor. Now, note, I did not say Call of Duty killer. This game will never come anywhere near close to killing Call of Duty. Activision, the guys who own the IP to Call of Duty, those guys are more likely to kill Call of Duty themselves than Ubisoft ever will. But again, I was just sitting here thinking, what are some things that XDefiant needs in order for it to be a healthy competitor against Call of Duty? I did what I always do whenever I make these types of videos. I make a list, I run it by people who share my same interests, and see what they say. Then I deliver it to all you beautiful people on the internet. Now look, I know that we're already 2 minutes into this video. I've done a little bit of ranting and raving already, but make sure you guys like and sub for more content like this. My members got to see this video first before anybody else, and for 99 cents a month, I would say it's a damn good deal. Let's go ahead and run down some of the things that XDefiant needs to have on day one of release to give it any sort of a chance to compete against Call of Duty. First things first, skill-based matchmaking needs to stay far the fuck away from quick play. That is one of the things I never understood about Modern Warfare 2 or even Modern Warfare 3. In your standard quick play game modes, there is skill-based matchmaking that is ruthless. But for some reason in the ranked matchmaking, the skill-based matchmaking seems to be almost completely turned off. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped playing Modern Warfare 2 once we started getting ranked. I would go into a quick play mode, absolutely dominate for 2 or 3 games, then get my ass handed to me back to back 6 games in a row. Then I would switch over to the ranked mode where my whole team of bronze were facing silvers, golds, and platinums. The shit made absolutely no sense. And from what I was able to gather from some of my friends who actually play MW3 ranked, that problem has never went away. And some of them said it's even gotten worse since MW2. So yeah, there's that. Overall, just better skill-based matchmaking will put this game at a higher echelon than most people think it will. During the closed and open betas of XDefiant, we got to see the weapon loadout system. It wasn't really fancy and it really wasn't built out extremely well. So I think day one, in order for this game to pull more people in, of course, skill-based matchmaking was our #1 topic, but again, weapons and loadouts need to be something that's very fine-tuned. One thing I do not want these guys to do is bring in an attachment system like they had in MW2, where you could fine-tune all of the attachments and get the schematics down perfectly. Nobody really has time for that shit. But if you give us a bunch of weapons with a bunch of different attachments and a lot of camos we can unlock, then I'm happier than a pig in shit. We need content day one. I don't want to say it like this because I know Mark Rubin has been busting his ass and I'm a fan on how transparent he actually is with his community, but Mark Rubin has painted a really bad reputation for XDefiant and the game hasn't even released yet. Because a lot of people are thinking that this game is just going to come out, it's going to be boring, it's going to be stale, there's not going to be anything in this game to do day one. So to prove all of these people wrong, there needs to be a shit ton of content day one dropped right into XDefiant. Since we're kind of already on the topic of Mark Rubin having amazing transparency through his X page, that is something that XDefiant also needs as well. I would love to see that continued throughout the entire life cycle of XDefiant. I don't know if you guys really remember this or not, but a couple weeks ago, whenever Activision released their multiplayer talk or whatever the hell it was thing that they showed on Twitter, where they basically did nothing but lie on a JPEG and thought that all of us were too dumb to realize it. Yeah, we don't need that shit anywhere near XDefiant, especially Ubisoft, because that reputation that they just got for releasing the first ever quadruple A game brother, you are one bad PR stunt away from being shut the fuck down. So we do not need any bullshit Activision style PR on this side of the fence. I sense that some of you guys are waiting for me to talk about an anti-cheat. Here's the thing, guys. The anti-cheat conversation is so complex, I don't really understand those systems. I know about BattlEye and I know about easy anti-cheat. That's pretty much all I know about as far as anti-cheats are concerned. If I've been able to quote unquote read the room for the past couple years when it comes to anti-cheat, nobody on the planet is satisfied with what the fuck we have right now. People use easy anti-cheat. Well, we don't want easy anti-cheat because that's easily exploited. Okay, cool. What about BattlEye? Same thing. BattlEye can be easily exploited. Okay, but what if we have a kernel level anti-cheat? And again, that's a big hell no on our end because we don't want stuff kernel level sitting on our systems. So what do you guys want? What do you guys actually want? I understand that the need for an anti-cheat is 100% necessary when it comes to a game like XDefiant. But no matter where you go in multiplayer gaming, there are going to be cheaters. And it's because all of the anti-cheat solutions that we have right now are deemed not good enough. So yeah, 100%. XDefiant needs an anti-cheat day one of its release, basically to ensure that it skirts off the starting line. But do we know which anti-cheat they're going to use? I've seen a lot of people saying that they're going to use BattlEye, and if that's the case, then so be it. I'm just not going to be surprised when people continue to bitch about cheaters and hackers in XDefiant, much like they do in every other Ubisoft title and every single FPS that's on the market right now. To kind of wrap this list up here, because I know I've been rambling on for a little bit now, there's something that Mark Rubin and his team need to 100% do when it comes to XDefiant. Now, this point that I'm going to make kind of sort of trumps everything I just said. I would say it's damn near the most important part, but I did not put it at the beginning of the list for a very specific reason. And the reason is that if I told you what the most important thing is early on in the list, then you would probably be listening to me talk about anti-cheat or something like that, and you'd be like, well, what the hell does it matter if the game isn't good? And you're right. So what does that mean for Mark Rubin and his team? That means that they need to make sure, no matter how many years this game is active and has servers online, they need to continue to be their own game. They need to take what's worked for them previously and continue to apply it content drop after content drop. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, skill-based matchmaking will not make the game great. Weapons and loadouts will not make the game great. Transparency from Mark Rubin will not make the game great. Even a damn good anti-cheat will not save this game from failure. You know what will though? Being unique in their own way, but also not being afraid to look at their closest competitor who's raking in billions of dollars a year and saying, you know what? They have a game mode that we want in our game. How can we make it better than what they have right now? And is it going to be possible? Shit, time will tell. But keeping up with their own identity is going to be the most important part, 100%. Whenever I got my hands on all of the play tests that I could for XDefiant, I realized that this game had an identity. I could just show a snippet of gameplay and not even mention what the game is, and people would automatically know that it's XDefiant because of how the game looks, which is great. You need an identity in a market like this where it's oversaturated with FPS PvP shooters, but that is what they need to keep building on and improving on. Who gives a fuck if they have a search and destroy mode in the game? If it plays exactly like Call of Duty, they're not going to want to play it in XDefiant. They're just going to go hop on MW3 and play it like that. But if they take that mode and kind of transform it into something unique, and I say unique as in unique to XDefiant, then you're cooking with some hot fucking oil. Same thing with all of their other modes: Team Deathmatch, Domination, Capture the Flag, Kill Confirmed, all of these modes. It even boils down to the weaponry that they have, the classes that we can use, the abilities that the classes have. If they stand on their business and they stand on their shit and say, yeah, we do these because we want to be different and stay true to what they actually believe in, then you can't touch this game. We kind of already seen people turn their heads away from Call of Duty and call it just nothing more than Fortnite 2.0. And a lot of that shit just happens to deal with the fact that people love spending money on microtransactions, and no matter how cool they make the skin or how dumb they make the skin look, people are gonna buy it regardless. I know this video seemed kind of all over the place. This is unscripted. I just wanted to hop on this microphone and tell you guys exactly how I'm feeling right now. I am so goddamn excited to play XDefiant and just make XDefiant content for you guys. If that's something that you guys are interested in and want to see more of on my channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, that sub button, and smash that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I will see you in the next one.